Yo, what's good, Gumpy? I'm your guide Q, and welcome back to Neckbeard Stories, where almost everything is fake, and I will call out some of it and completely take the bait on other parts of it, and there is absolutely no rhyme or reason to when either of those things happen, so let's just get into it. Alright, so I'm not usually one to judge a book by its cover, but sometimes you can tell just from the title that a story is gonna be a banger. This one's called The Key to Unlocking a Woman's Experience. Hi all, I just want to share the neckbeard in my life with you. I have a cousin, we'll call him C, and he is a few years older than me. I'm not sure if C is a traditional neckbeard, as he doesn't like anime, and he is bewilderingly confident about himself. But he does have the beard, the hygiene, his Battlestar Galactica t-shirts are never clean, and is just as creepy as any anime pillow weirdo. I used to have to go to his house after school where I saw his supercut of Counselor Troy aerobics scenes. I'm not sure what that is. Him rank Doctor Who girls on a scale from virgin to whore. It wasn't that virgin was good and whore was bad. Some women are virgins who would suit being whores. It was a whole philosophy. Him explaining which age a man like him would be appreciated in, and why he'd be neck deep in women if only he'd been born during the Roman Empire. He fancied himself a writer and has actually written tie-in novels for some sci-fi programs. He went to sci-fi conventions, and according to him, they were basically orgies where hot women in Klingon outfits beg him for threesomes. I'm skeptical. Anyways, I moved away and I went to uni, so I hadn't seen him for a while when he showed up for a family wedding. I was there with my girlfriend and had gone to the bar or something when C, who hadn't even been introduced to her, sat down, brushed her hair behind her ear, and started his first conversation ever with her, something like this. I see you're with my cousin. You know, he was at my house all the time when he was younger. He's like my little brother. I taught him all he knows. But I didn't teach him all I know. Hee. Does he ever suck your toes? That's the key to unlocking a woman's experience. Okay, so the sucking toes comment, clearly insane, crazy to say to somebody's girlfriend upon first meeting her, not even being introduced in any context. It's fucking weird to say that. But what I am more specifically focused on here is this philosophy of ranking Doctor Who girls on a scale of virgin to whore. Like, it's somehow inconsistent with what you would imagine, and I don't know, I feel like I could listen to like an hour or two lecture on this dude's philosophy of Doctor Who girls. I don't know why, it just is deeply intriguing to me. Here we've got Gay Neckbeard Nice Guy IDK. Hi everyone, I don't know if this fits in this sub, but a friend pointed me here, so here's the story. I'm a 32-year-old guy who travels a lot because of my work. I started again in February after a long pause because of COVID, and one of the guys in this new place introduced me to the great world of Warhammer 40k miniature game. I'm completely in love with this game, and I was thrilled to find a very small community in my city. I'm in a very conservative and religious country, so I contacted them and set up a meeting in the public area of one of those guys' residential units. The first meeting is a success. I only played one very long game and was completely obliterated, but I had fun. Here I met the subject of the story, and I'll be calling him Marco. Not real name, but close enough. He's a little younger, around 28, and is actually somewhat attractive, being tall, around 1.85 meters or 6'1", thin, but with a small beer belly, curly brown hair, and his best feature, beautiful green eyes. The problem is that the guy has a very unkempt appearance. He doesn't seem to brush his long hair and it always looks dirty, dresses with weird anime shirts, a scruffy beard, and smells a little. I don't think it's him, but perhaps unwashed shirts. But the worst is that he has been an asshole to me since we met. This is a selection of the shit he has told me, in only 4 game meetings. That the only reason I work out is to compensate for being a pygmy. I'm relatively short at 1.65 meters or 5'6". I've been trying and failing to enroll in a master's degree. This is my 3rd try, and he quickly points out that if I failed the first time, then I'm not cut out for it and should quit. This one stung, I was close to decking him there. That I'm a grown man and I should quit being so vain, when I told the group that I exercise about 4 or 5 times a week. He complained that I took too long to make moves, bitch, this game is complicated and I'm new. That I should dress accordingly to my age and job, this coming from Mr. Dragon Stamped t-shirt. After the comment about my master's degree, two of the other members, a lovely married couple about my age, called me sometime after our last game to apologize and assured me that they would speak to him. Now, during this conversation came out the topic of me being gay, and that my last relationship crashed and burned because of my ex cheating on me. Out of the blue, they tell me that Marco is also gay, to which I say, that's nice. Read, I don't give a fuck, just to get him off my back. Not 2 hours later, Marco calls me to apologize, saying that it was all in good faith, and he didn't think I would be offended, never actually saying I'm sorry. And then he drops the bomb. He tells me that, since I'm single again, we should hang out at his place and see what happened. In what universe does this guy live? I try to be as diplomatic as possible and let him know that I'm not interested, but then this guy blows up telling me I should be lucky he's interested in someone my age, that not even with a gym body could I keep a boyfriend, and that I'm just another superficial fucking F-slur. At this point, I'm fed up and told him that if I ever see him again, I'll beat the crap out of him. After that, I hung up the phone. The conversation was longer than that, but the rest was meaningless for the story. Not the most mature response, I know, but I'm tired of this guy. Unfortunately, I think I'm not going back to the same group, as they all seemed to be his friends and they shared private information with him. Sadly, seems that my Necron warriors will have an early retirement. I was originally going to post this on r/gaybros, but after a couple bears, my best friend... Wait, I think that's supposed to be beers. On the gay topic. Wait, no, it is bears. It is bears. It's supposed to be beers. My best friend convinced me to post it here instead. Sorry for the long rant. I wish you all the best, and thanks for reading. This is like the weirdest type of nice guy, because he starts out by being an asshole, then is like interested for a very short amount of time, and then just turns right back into an asshole, throwing some like internalized homophobia in there. Like, this is just a disaster, and it fucking blows that this dude like ruined your opportunity to have a fun Warhammer 40k group. But I don't know, maybe if those people are chill, they'd like kick this guy out for being a complete fucking douchebag. I don't know. Alright, so I always like these sort of stories. I almost became a neckbeard the first. Hello, I've been a long-time lurker/listener of many posts on here, and after a surf session on CSGO while listening to the tale of Wheezy Beard, Red X is amazing, and it's no coincidence I completed a very hard surf map while listening to him, I realized how dangerously close I was to becoming a beard in my 4 high school years. I thought I'd tell some of my stories if this post gets popular enough. It's been 4 years since I graduated and got my act together. Without further delay, let's get into the action. Cast: me, slim frame 5'6". I'm pretty sure that 5'6" is not 67 centimeters, probably 167 centimeters, long curly white hair, and with albinism. First sprouts of facial hair at the time. Looked average on a good day. Slender man, SM. My very tall friend since the 5th grade. Very laid back, very protective, and way too tolerant of my antics. Commander-Chief, CC. Head of the ROTC class. Latino American with a head so shiny, you'd swear he polishes it. Was chill despite taking very little BS. Helena, name changed of course, H. The unfortunate milady of my beardy antics. A bit shorter than me, blonde hair, very fair and smooth-skinned. What is this guy, a ghoul from Fallout? Petite and into some band and gaming antics. I had just gotten into high school, and my hormones were going haywire, and I had one thing on my mind: find a girl. The girl I would pursue all 4 years of high school was unlucky enough to be in SM's friend group with me during a small game of Cards Against Humanity on the first day. It does not say small anywhere in there, I don't know why I inserted it. It was instant infatuation for me at first sight. A card was played relating to the military, and she said the following: "No joke, I'd die in more ways than one if a big army man did that to me." And thus, my freshman year was altered in a heartbeat as an an idea rooted itself in my brain. I would fully change my schedule to revolve around ROTC, Reserved Officers Training Corps, to impress the milady and win her heart. So the next day, there I was, signed up for the class, swapping out an elective class for it. The weeks passed and it finally arrived, my dress uniform for inspection day. Much to CC's displeasure, this would become my attire for the year until a disagreement would come out later down the line. I know this is short, but there's way more parts to this year, which is one of 4 years and 5 phases my dumbass would go through to try and impress the same person. Consider this a teaser trailer. This week has been crazy for me, but I'll definitely post more if this post does well enough. I just want to say right off the bat that I'm the biggest hypocrite on the planet, because at first I was gonna complain about this story having like no content whatsoever to it, and this person just waiting to see if this does well to share more content in the story, but then if they had given all of the content in one story, I would have been like, oh, this story's way too fucking long, man, who's gonna read that shit? So I just want to say I do like this story. I like where it's going. The idea of a guy spending a year of his life at least in the ROTC program because of an offhanded comment a girl made, that is just mwah, I love it. I do want to hear more. I hope that this series continues to be as interesting as this first part would lead me to believe. Hey, if you'd like some more content from me, I'm gonna have a playlist of every video I've ever made pop up in the top right corner of your screen if you're interested. Having said that, I'd like to give a major shout out to Hannah, Matthew Kendall, Caitland, Beth the Dork, Ashton Jacobson, June, Mega Mander, Alicia, Catco, Kennedy DeSilvis, Tapey, Hyper Ninja Child, Jared D, Regrettable Stitches, Allison B, Fiona Fox, Kaya and Brittany, as well as everyone else you see on your screen for being a top tier channel member. Thank you guys so much, and yeah, skate on to the best of your abilities, make sure you're drinking a sufficient amount of water, and I'll see you super soon. Peace out, Cub Scouts.